All right, a few weeks ago, I made one of these sun catchers using my awesome uh, decal here, G, pattern G. I love this pattern, and it was such a hit, and I loved it myself. I just wanted to go ahead and make another one, so I thought I'd go ahead and film it. So I've got my 3.5-inch circle that's cut. I've got lots of gorgeous transparent leaves. These are all from Lori Moreno. I do have one of Tabitha Burrell's mandala slices here that I'm going to put in the middle. The rest of these leaves are from Lori, and I'm just going to start to build this thing. So thought you might be interested in watching. I'll move through this quickly and full fuse it, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, here it is. Now, the last time I did this, I flipped it over and fired it upside down. I am going to fire it face up this time. We'll put it in for a full fuse and see what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, here is the piece as it came out. I did take it over to my grinder and got it just a little bit more round. It kind of bulbed out in a few spots, and it's not perfectly round, but it's good enough. So I'm going to get my decal soaking. Most of the decals come with a kind of tissue paper covering on it. Those have to be removed before you can soak it in the water. And so just make sure you carefully remove it. This one came fully off. If it doesn't for any reason, you can use just a little bit of white vinegar. I have a 50-50 mix of vinegar and water, and kind of a Q-tip or your finger and get that off. It comes off pretty easy. So I'm gonna get my decal soaking here. Let that soak. The water's cold, so it might take a moment. I find the warmer the water, the faster that activates and comes off, lifts off the paper. So I fired this to a full fuse, and the leaves here were on top, and with the 3mm Tecta down at the bottom. And so I think I'm going to put the decal on the back of this for two reasons. One, this is nice and smooth, and so it'll be easier to eliminate any bubbles and try to line up my pattern. It's got a little bit of a crisper pattern on the bottom here than it does on the top, and I kind of like that. And I love the depth that you get, which you can't see on camera very well. But I love the depth that you get from that extra little 3mm of Tecta in there. So that's the way I'm choosing to do it. This would be, this would be beautiful too, but I'm choosing it to do it this way. So let's see, should be ready to slide off. Yep. So all you do is you slide the decal off the paper, make sure you keep it face up and don't accidentally flip it, because then you're gonna not get the results that you want from the firing. Now this decal had a specific pattern that I was trying to match, so I'm just taking my time here to see how closely I can get, there we go, to matching that pattern. Sorry, I was probably not making the best video, but I got to make sure I'm doing this right on my end. That looks pretty good. So because of the volume of the glass, the thickness of those leaves, the glass is a little bit bigger than the decal. It's almost a perfect fit, but I think it looks really cool. I'm gonna center that up just a little bit more for that portion in particular. And then I've got, my finger's kind of wet. I just kind of want to make sure that there aren't any air bubbles. And so I just rub my finger. You could use a tool, some sort of squeegee or something. But I just like to use my fingers to make sure I've got no air bubbles, and then let this dry. I like to dry it before I fire those decals on. So I'm going to let this dry and then fire it and show you what it looks like when it comes out. All right, here is the finished piece. I am so happy with how this turned out. The decal fired on there nicely. I used one of my glass bales that are available on my store to finish off the look. Instead of drilling into it, I like these glass bales. I think they're nice, and the colors in this are just phenomenal. So I got my light table out so that maybe you could see that a little bit better. Let me bump that light up as much as I can. Just check that out. So I used all transparents, really, really beautiful. The leaves fit very nicely into the look of this design. So thank you, Lori, for all of your amazing product. Tabitha for the piece right in the middle there, the mandala. Just really pretty. I'm in love with this purple. So again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or sell it, but I am sure enjoying playing with this particular decal design and Murrini. So hope you liked this. I've got lots more videos coming, including well, gosh, just all sorts of things I'm going to adventure into over the summer. So make sure you subscribe and set your notifications so that you can see more of my adventures. Thank you. Have a good one.